Hi, welcome back to my channel. I used all Dollar Tree products to make these DIYs. For the first DIY, I picked two different shape vases, and you can pick whichever shape you like. And I had these scarves left over from a previous DIY, but there are plenty different pattern scarves to choose from in Dollar Tree. First thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of the scarf just a little bit bigger than what the vase is. I'm just going to show you one vase because I did the same thing for the other one. And then using some Mod Podge, I'm just going to brush it all over the vase, then stick the scarf to the vase. And just make sure you smooth it out and smooth out any of the air bubbles. And for the bottom, I just put some more Mod Podge and then folded it over and pressed it down. And it's a bit messy. You should probably do a thinner layer of Mod Podge than I did. And then once you get to the end, just trim off the excess. I trimmed this to a couple millimeters so that I could Mod Podge and fold it over. This is the nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and all I'm going to do is untwist it all. It took ages, but it looks so nice when it's untangled because it has a curl in it. And I gave them another coat of Mod Podge, but if I was to do them again, I wouldn't do that because it dulled down the fabric, and as you can see here, it's more vibrant without the Mod Podge on the top. And just make sure you start your rope at the back seam, and then just glue it on with hot glue. And I think I did like 5 rows, something like that. And I kept gluing and wrapping around the rope for 4 or 5 rows, and then I just snipped it off at the end. I think these turned out so pretty. I put a tea light in this one, and I put some onion grass in the other one, and I covered the top with the nautical rope. And let me know what you think in the comments below. This is one of the Glade air fresheners that you can hang on your wall. It's got a little hook on the back, so I thought I would try and disguise it because it's not very pretty. And this is just an Amazon box, but I thought it would fit perfectly. I'm going to remove one side of the cardboard to make it more flexible, and the 2 sides that I'm scoring, I end up cutting them off later in the video. I wasn't sure how I was going to make this. I had to try and figure out how I was going to make this as I'm going along. So I'm just scoring all the bits that didn't pull off, and then I mark where I want to cut it off at the back, and then I just cut it with some scissors. The Then I used some of the extra cardboard to make the top and the bottom, and I just hot glue it together. And then I just reinforce it with some extra hot glue on the inside and the outside, and then I cut it off, and I just do the same for the top, but I do cut it closer than this after I've cut this big piece off. I give it one coat of black acrylic paint. I forgot to measure and cut out the hole before I painted it. And I hot glued the wooden blocks from Dollar Tree along the bottom, and then I'm just going to repeat that for the entire thing. And I think I used 4.5 packets for this, and if you want you can stain them beforehand, but I did it afterwards, and I used the Waverly antique wax. I added 2 more rows along the top. And I got this moss from Walmart, but you can get it in Dollar Tree. And I also got this big dangly succulent from Walmart, but you could get dangly ones from Dollar Tree, and these are the only 2 things that I used that weren't from Dollar Tree. And here it is. This is what it looks like on the wall, my fake wall. and this is what it looks like when you put it on. And you could paint the inside black if you do want to see the white, and if you want to see other ways you can disguise this, then let me know and I'll make some more. This next DIY, I'm just using these 3 items, and it's the peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree, a picture frame, and I had these little blocks left over from a previous DIY, and they have been stained with the Minwax wood stain in the colour Jacobean. And just taking the frame apart and taking the glass out so that I can put it over the paper and pick which part of the pattern that I want to see. And then I just draw around it and cut it out with some scissors. And then just reassemble everything and putting the wallpaper in after you put the glass in. You could keep this as a picture, but I'm going to make it into a wee tray. So I'm going to pull the stand off the back, and then I'm going to glue on hot glue on the wooden blocks. And I'm just making sure that these are roughly the same size before I glue them on. And I love how this turned out. It was so quick and easy. Let me know which of these DIYs is your favourite, or if you would make any of them. I found this wee thing at Dollar Tree, and there was only one there and it was broken, but I just took it because I can glue it together. And I just sanded off the glitter with a sanding sponge. And then I decided to try and peel off the sticker on it. And next I painted it all with some Waverly chalk paint in the colour white. And I gave it 2 coats of paint. And I thought I would use the rest of this wallpaper from the last DIY. So I just put it on the paper with the part of the pattern that I want to use, and I just trace around it. And I do that for each side, and then I just cut it out with some scissors. And then I just marked and trimmed off the extra. And then you just peel the sticker off, the back of the sticker off, and stick it down. And just repeat that for each side. And then I hot glued the back together. And I found this twisted poly rope from the hardware section, and I need to stop saying just and I hot glued it along the edges. trimmed the ends with some scissors, and then I sealed them with some hot glue. Then I just repeated this for each side. I used more of the rope to make coasters, and I just traced what size I wanted onto the back of some of the cork from Dollar Tree, and then I kept the white part on it, and I glued the rope to it. But this rope is made with plastic, so it's stiffer than the nautical rope, so you really have to hold it down until the glue dries, and so it will keep it in place. I just keep gluing and holding it down. And when you get to the end, cut it diagonally like I'm doing here, and then hot glue it in place. And then you can see the extra bits of cork, you just trim them off. And I love how this turned out. This is what it looks like without the coasters in it. And this is what it looks like with the coasters in it. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.